Wednesday, we have our HIIT timer cardio, Wednesday the 5th. So we have squat jumps, chest press with toe lowers, bike crunches, and plank jacks with shoulder taps. Okay, squat jumps. Chest press with toe lowers. So it's hard to see, but I'm going to be doing this with my arms, okay? So press when your legs go down. Press when your legs go down. Bike crunches. And plank jack with shoulder tap. If you can't do both, do just plank jacks or just shoulder taps. All right, squat jumps. So this is exactly how it sounds, squat with a jump. So I can do it fairly quickly, but if you are new to these or you're not very strong yet, you're gonna want to have a break. So you're gonna come down and swing your arms behind you, okay? So this is kind of like your launching position, and then you're gonna jump up. Your hands are gonna come up above your head. So down into launching position, jump up, hands are above your head. Now, like I said, if you're not good at it, you're not that strong yet, you're gonna do this. You're gonna land, take a breather. Launch, jump, land, take a breather. Launch, jump, okay? If you can be a little bit more advanced, you're gonna keep jumping in a row. Okay, so it depends on your level. If you can't bend that much, right? But you can jump, you can do more of this. All right, so that one's tough. Even for people that are good at it, doing it on a timer, it just gets really exhausting. So always remember, you can do one. I always count to 3, like 1, 2, 3, go. Rest. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so you'll come up with something that works for you. Chest press with toe lowers. So this is basically combining a floor press and leg lifts. So leg lifts usually are just your legs alone. Chest press is usually just pressing alone. So this time we're combining them. So you don't need a heavy weight on the top. It can be like 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 5 pounds. Doesn't matter. You're going to start here, and you're going to start with your legs up. You're going to lower your legs and press at the same time. So press while you lower, bring your legs up, put your arms down. And you're just going to keep going. So again, because it's a timer, you don't need to have heavy weights. Now, one thing that I'm going to point out that is not a big deal, but I'm trying to do it more now, so that's why I want to bring it up, is anytime we do something on our back to do with abs, you might notice that your lower back comes off the ground. So right now my back is on the ground, I can't get my hand under. If I shift my hips, I can now fit my hand under my back. So what happens a lot of times, say we're doing a leg lift normally, is when your legs reach a certain point and it puts a certain strain on your core and your core is not strong enough, it lifts up, okay? So if I'm going down, it's naturally already lifting, and then when I get down here, it's pretty lifted. There is a big gap between my back and the floor. What I'm working on is keeping my back suctioned to the floor. So that takes more core work to keep your back from coming off. So I have to work really hard when I'm about here to keep my back still on the ground. As you can tell, my voice is shaking. I'm trying very, very hard, and I'm using all of my core muscles to squeeze. So If you've been with me for a long time or you are more advanced, that's something that you can focus on and think about. So in turn, your legs are not going to lower as much if you're working on that, because it's just so much more difficult. So what I'm doing, like I said, is I am working on it. I'm trying to be conscious of it. So instead of my legs going all the way down, they might only come to here, but I'm using way more of my core to get them there, okay? So again, that's not a big deal if you're a beginner, if you've never been with me, you can totally ignore that. But if you are somebody who is more advanced or you've been with me for a long time, you can start thinking about that and you can try it and you'll see how difficult it is. We have bike crunches. You've probably done these. I feel like we would do these in like gym class, like if you ever did a sport or something. So you've got your hands behind your head. You don't want to pull on your head and neck. So just gently tap your fingers or rest them on the back of your head. And you're essentially, your upper body is doing this, crossing over, cross your elbow, cross your elbow. Your legs are just doing this, kind of like a bicycle, okay? So the idea is touch opposite elbow, opposite knee, switch, 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 okay? So your legs are never touching the ground. And again, your upper body is basically twisting like this. Your legs are biking like this. And again, try not to yank and pull on your head and neck. The easiest way to avoid doing that is to never get like a really strong grip on the back of your head, but also to keep your chin away from your chest. So when we tuck is when we tend to pull on our head. If you keep your head lifted, you have to purposely like rip your head down, which you're not gonna do. And plank jacks with shoulder taps. So this is combining two exercises into one, and it is a more advanced move. So I'm gonna show you both separately before I show you how to put them together. So high plank, which we've talked about a few times now, you are going to, for your shoulder tap, release one hand, touch opposite shoulder, release the other hand, tap opposite shoulder. This is your shoulder tap, which can also be done kneeling. This is your shoulder tap, okay? Try not to rock, try not to open up, try to keep everything still. Just shift your weight, shift your weight, shift your weight. Your plank jack, you're in high plank position, and your feet are gonna jump out, in, like a jumping jack. Out, in, or you can step in, step in. Now, to combine them, you have to jack and tap at the same time. So it looks like this. Start with your feet together, open, tap, close, open, tap, close, open, tap, close, open, tap, close, okay? So my feet are going and I'm tapping at the same time. If that's too difficult for you, you can pick one or the other to do. And with the shoulder tap, you have the option of kneeling, okay? So that is your Wednesday the 5th cardio.